The trip originally started so that Chad could go to New York and meet up with some of the world's greatest hip-hop MCs to put the finishing touches on his Muska Beats album. And instead of flying out, he decided to take a trip across the country and get some photos and some video footage along the way. The crew consisted of Chad's longtime friend Dev1, his co-teammate at the time Victor Pheonix, photographer Skin Phillips,
Are you ready,
and
Skin?
videographer Eric Hatch. After packing up and checking our money situation, we hit the road. Chad made a quick stop for gas in Yucaipa and was already skating around the parking lot. 2 hours outside of Hollywood and he's already skating. We drove to AZ, and once you get just outside of Pheonix, there's this abandoned racetrack. And inside is the ledge that Chad tailslid for the end of his Fulfilled the Dream video part. We didn't stop there this time, but I've been there before, and I have to say it's the creepiest abandoned building I have ever been to. It's really scary. We got a room once we got to Pheonix at night. Got up in the morning, had a little parking lot session, and then it was on to these full pipes.
You know it's ill. It's the B.I.Z. Marquee. But my man Chad Muska. Guaranteed to rock like this. Like this. Rock like this, yo. I'm the humdinger, the microphone singer, super bell ringer, here to bring ya the rhyme technique.
After the full pipe session, we met up with some lokes, and they took us to this school, and Victor proceeded to find this perfect four-snare handrail.
Like Chinese connection, most valuable poet, 13 years strong, the island of wrong is where I belong. Superb like Goldberg, iller than Godzilla. I scared Michael Jackson into writing a thriller. The ginger ale sipper, the freestyle flipper. Never see me in a pair of Grand Union ground gripping. Funk produced the pony. Down when I was bony, one of the funkiest masters of ceremony. Jam, Jimmy the Jam. Let me tell you who I am. Yo, LA, Midwest, yo, that body rock.
After everyone had their fun, the AZ crew took us to this amazing kinked ledge that had never been skated. There's Devin getting ready to clean up the spot a little bit.
Operation Broom. It's a slow operation.
What we got here? Operation Flash.
Original B-I-Z-M-A-R-K. When it comes out to rhymes, then this is what I say. I'm like super duper dope and open. Rock the microphone, you be scoping. Rock chillin' the most coast to coast, and yeah, I wake up to eat cheese, eggs, and toast. Guaranteed to rock. I don't got no children. I just know that I got to go.
Normally the session might have been over after skating a ledge like that, but we had the generator, so we went out at night, set up the lights, set up this roof gap. That night we drove out of Pheonix and on to Flagstaff, where we got a room. Seriously got like 2 hours of sleep, and Chad woke me up and said that Skin's wife was having a baby, so he had already taken him to the airport. So we left Flagstaff without Skin and moved on to Albuquerque. The whole way there we just tried to figure out what photographer we were going to bring. Actually, that's not really true. We knew all along we were going to hook up with Broach.
You got that? We're ready for staff for that. Broach, fucking big place here.
We hooked up with Broach at local Albuquerque skater Pat Splat's house. We just met Pat earlier that morning. Pat showed us around his house. He's got a bunch of nice paintings, spot to chill in the backyard. Chad played with his dog for a little while.
Get that stick. Get it. Give me that stick.
Not only did Pat have basically an art gallery in his house, but they had a skate park in their front driveway.
I'm forever living, the unforgiving, the orgy swinger, the drama player, that 247 MC gunslinger, the Bronx bomber, that black Gotti in the party, that you and pump shotty with that built-in body, the baby nigga, the heartbreaker, the showstopper, the punk MC dropper with the 9-inch RB and whopper, the predator, the dope rhyme editor, the Terminator, the fake studio gangster exterminator, the overlord.
After the session in the front yard, the guys took us to the Indian School ditch, which is pretty much a famous ditch. Super long, downhill, nice smooth transitions. There's hips, there's rollout decks. The thing is super fun.
The widow maker, the child support non-payer, the baby mother ducker. Don't get me started in this motherfucker.
Star gets love wherever I go. New York till I die, Hollywood till I'm done. I'm a star. It all started as a demo. Now I'm fucking hoes and stripping cocaine in the limo. A star, what am I supposed to do? New York till I die, Hollywood till I'm through. I'm a star, on stage holding my jewels, and it's so cool. Bottles on the fucking pool.
I'm the lone microphone, stone, Capone, roam from home to homegrown, to roam from throne to throne, known to own. Microphones from Rome to known, from gold to chrome, being shown in Astrodomes. A bigger trigger than jigger, more stripes than tigger. Figure I make a track go set, zigga, zigga. More bigger than wiggers and grave digger niggas, the dime screwer. I make a whole go ooh. I play like I wing and you lay like you gay and you gay all day. Ain't that right, homie? My dick smell like lipstick, perfume, and grass, while yours is always smelling like a homo's ass. The Godfather, Prada and Dada, shada lada yada yada. Got a prima donna in my sauna to wanna hold back nada.
After we skated the ditch for a while, the guys took us to this really sick handrail.
I'm at another movie premiere. Look here, you fucking with the McAdoo, yeah. I'm a star. Put the party on my tab. Call me you can. I gotta check it.
Everybody was having fun until Chad and the homie took a couple of brutal slams. So we decided to go back to the hotel, clean up, and then hit a night session.
I take my time like a stopwatch. My style is top notch. It's hip hop. I taught you Oshkosh niggas how to pop lock. You cock lock, selling your rocks in the spots, licking shots. You at the tip top and then you flip flop. You just a no brand with strange plans and staying hands in your waistband, demanding that they can't change hands while I was rhyming for your father, mother, your lover, your little brother. You motherfuckers was rhyming for each other. Ha, I'm more impressed with flat chest and bust the New York Mets. Even Will Smith is Jim West or as Ali or even the Byron Allen show. I'm on swolo. I'm nastier than
Dude, you're so
the blues
fat,
and all
Victor.
the oversized shoes and
You're
all
a
refuse
fucking
to
fat
choose
piece
the
of
new
shit.
school blues and lose it all.
That's the last Taco Bell session you get, dude.
It's better. I said instead of the red sweater.
Dude, that's like the 5th board he's broke on this tour. You are fat, dude. Who's the copper? Oh.
After another long session in Albuquerque, we said goodbye to Pat Splat and his friends and moved on. We didn't really know where we were going tonight, but we ended up staying in Amarillo, Texas.
Broach, it looks like you gotta stay here. It says no pets.
Oh. Everyone's working on that one. Save that one for the whole time.
We're going to take a picture.
We got in pretty late,
It's 5:40 in the morning. We're in
and Broach decided to go take some photos.
Amarillo.
'Cause that's what photographers do when they're bored early in the morning. The next morning, we checked out of the Comfort Inn and got back on the road. Destination, Oklahoma City.
Fucking fruit butter's gonna skateboard!
You got that filmed?
We cruised around the city, checking out spots. There's Dave jumping a little water gap.
Dave, where are we?
Dave, you should get a job. As you can tell, we like to make fun of Dave a lot when we're on these trips. Here's the Oklahoma City Memorial.
Is that for this place? Yeah. This is where it used to be right here.
And there's like little chairs and shit where all the things.
Driving around the city, we saw tons of spots All kinds of fun stuff to skate. But the one thing that we saw right off the bat, everybody was like, whoa,
Oh my God.
was these rails.
Holy shit.
So we went back later that night, got warmed up, fired up the generator, and it was on.
Jay with the damager. And it goes like this. For all your new jacks that never heard me spit, bring beats, rhymes, and freaks and watch me split shit. Bang like Bloods and Crips, too legitimate to quit. MCs talk big, but sonic waves crack your helmet. Prolonged dick, the chicken heads crush they pelvic bones. I blow up spots, slam microphones. Thinking about bass and dog or just your tone. Fuck rhyming, I leave your eyes shining like chrome. Rims, main course, knuckle sandwich and tins. Try and wet me, I multiply like gremlins. I'm a vet in the game, I know the outs and ins. Still I'm constantly beefing like cowboys and Indians. Outlaw star, like Gene Star win. Kick in that crazy shit like a soccer hooligan. So money, break yourself, you know what's good for your health. Call me ninja, not nigga, cause I move in stealth mode. After this joint, your headphones explode. I rhyme in beeps and blips so I can rhyme in Morse code. Flow like ocean, salt water erode. When the mic is in my grip, it's sure to corrode. And I glide across the beat like Jordan. Leave competition holy like a Mormon. Potent as dust, I have you all stumbling. Smoke too much, you space the fuck out like Flash Gordon.
The next night we went out again. We hit up this perfect wood ledge. The Oklahomies were showing us around. Chad had met him the day before. Bunch of cool kids, ripping skaters.
Number 9 like the love potion. Can't clock my moves cause I move in slow motion. And it goes like this. Verses of doom from J. the Damager. For all your new jacks. Verses of doom from J. the Damager. Sonic waves, get helmet. Verses of doom from J. the Damager. For all your new jacks. Verses of doom from J. the Damager. I'm a vet in the game. Sonic waves. Sonic waves crack your helmet. Sonic waves.
This is Gabe Friedman. The session at the Super Bump ended because it started getting so windy, the lights were blowing around and stuff. Chad seriously thought there was a tornado coming.
Oh. Shut the generator off! Hey. Where the fuck is the tornado, really?
After we got all the lights and everything packed back in the van, we went to Taco Cabana, and Chad proceeded to buy everyone dinner and margaritas. All 30 of us.
Dan's a pussy. He's not gonna finish his watch. He's not gonna finish it. Alright, you ready?
Tell the story, dog. Hold on. Story. Chopped his thumb off. Then they had to cut a hole in his goddamn chest. And they stuck his thumb in his chest and let it heal.
And then they pulled it out, and they shaved off my ass and wrapped it around, so kiss my ass. That's all I can say.
All right, you need a comparison? Do they need a comparison?
Yeah.
Hold on.
The toe and the...
No, they don't want to see.
We need a group.
Hey, you guys do not want to see this.
We need a group.
I cannot be held responsible for what you're about to see.
Oh, you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. I need a doctor. I sand it with black magic grip tape, dog.
Is it like solid all the way
Dude, it's solid, Holmes. That thing is just off straight up.
Oh my God.
After skating Oklahoma City and hanging with the Oklahomies, we got up the next morning and got back on the road. We made a quick stop in Tulsa, checked out the local spots. Everything looked fun, but we just kind of wanted to get a move on. We basically stopped in Tulsa so that Dave could say hi to his dad. We stopped by the lot where Dave's dad was building a house.
We'll get the shot now and then have to come and get a shot when it's done.
After a quick hi and bye, we got back on the road. Next stop, St. Louis, Missouri.
No one go ahead of me. That's so funny.
They're all fucking fat too.
Once we got into the city, we drove around a little bit.
So mad.
The white, what is it?
The white
White Knight.
Shit.
White Knight? That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Sketchy.
We went downtown looking for spots, and we encountered these folks along the way. Looked like they were having a good time.
Alright, get your skateboard out. We're all fucking racing. We're fucking racing.
DC, baby, DC. This is Detroit.
It was pretty late. After we cruised around downtown, we went and got a room. Got up the next day, went back down by the arch in the Missouri River. Checked out the barges.
Star Wars, Star Trek.
We decided to go back towards the restaurant area and get some food. Shot a couple photos.
These are real?
Right on. Thank you so much, guys.
St. Louis was basically sick. There was tons of good spots downtown to skate, but we just had so many problems with the police. There was an officer the night before who said if he saw us again, he would take us straight to jail. This guy was a little nicer.
How you doing?
Good.
But still.
Hi. Can I talk to you? Skateboarding is against the law in downtown.
We basically were banned from downtown as soon as we got there.
It's not just skateboarders, it's guys.
So we decided it was time to move on again.
That extreme.
But not before Chad found one spot on the outskirts of town. A broke down bridge that served as a gap to bank. Our next stop was Chicago, and I think that everybody in the van, including Chad, was completely unprepared for what Chicago had to offer. It's an amazing city. When we got to Chicago, it was a little wet out. It had been raining. But we managed to go out the first night and just cruise around, see the city, get a little bit of street skating in. The next day, we got up in the morning and went down to the breakwater.
World famous skate photographer, David Keebrook.
After we skated the breakwater for a while, we ended up going and meeting up with some of the Lokes, Jackson Hennessy and Eugene Williams. We rolled up on this big sculpture that Jackson had dropped in on before in the middle here. But then he just decided to go balls out and drop it from the top.
Triple cake.
That was about it for Chicago. We said our goodbyes, and then we got back on the road heading for Detroit. It was a little stormy. We saw a little bit of lightning. And once we got into Detroit, it was definitely raining. It pretty much rained the whole time we were there. We kind of skated around a little bit, but we just didn't get any skating done at all here. Dev 1 took off to go see his family for a little while. Chad, Dave, Victor, and I basically just cruised around in the rain and checked out the city. And we picked Devin back up and just decided that it was time to head on to Cleveland. Once we got inside the Cleveland city limits, the first thing Chad did was get a speeding ticket.
California will suspend your license or on our behalf if you don't pay the ticket. So it's up to you to blow it up again. No, I'm not going to blow it up. But it will screw you later eventually. It's up to you to say no. If you don't think the whole thing that happens, it does happen.
After the ticket, we went downtown Cleveland. Unfortunately, once again, we got rousted by the cops pretty much everywhere we went. These guys were warming up here to skate a big rail, and cops came, kicked us out. We found this ledge kind of down by the water. It's a super sick marble ledge. Check out Dave's stash, though. The guys got their warm up on. And then once again, They put Chad in the car for about a half an hour, and that's no joke.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you're about to see is true.
They didn't even talk to any of us either. They just put him in the car and didn't say shit. After the ordeal with the police, we drove on to meet up with Chad's family. Chad's family had a barbecue that night, and Chad's cousin proceeded to try and burn down the backyard by starting a gasoline fire.
It's got a real good smell to it.
I seen real TV because Chad, you was on real TV. They kind of snuck it in.
Never.
The next morning, we stopped by Chad's sister's school to say goodbye, and then left for our final destination, New York City. New York was basically where the trip ended for myself, Dave, and Victor. We all flew home. Chad stuck around, met up with Super Dave, and they proceeded to do the rest of the recordings for his Muska Beats album. The trip was amazing, and I highly recommend driving coast to coast to see the country.
Look, we're gonna do
LA
this.
to
Come
New
on
York,
now.
biatch.
Get off of your ass yourself. Just where am I going? Do I know or am I just floating? Don't follow unless someone's teaching. God's favorite knuckle like on the run eating. Underground style, the style you ain't done yet. I'm DMC and you ain't even run yet. Run, get your tongue wet fast. You got to get off of your ass. A matter of fact, these rappers rapping be whack. I'm japping, slapping them back with black actual facts. That's natural, Jack. I read a factual map and speed attack from the back. Clack, clackety clack. They train us off of the track, and not only that, I slap the phonies. In fact, I make the money in stacks. I ride ponies and max. I'm showing and blowing, no act. Just get off of your assassinations, tricky situations. Muska musta lived around hustlers. Under no wonder a beat hunter outguns ya. Get your hands up now. KRS-One. Get off of your asses to asses and lust to lust. We live in the inner city where the laws is unjust. Somebody pray for us, cause we not afraid to bust. We read that other part of the book about John the Baptist. They trapped us or trapped you, but not me. Cause I know that I'm trapped, in fact, I'll get free. But you don't even know that you on the plantation. Get off of your assistance we don't need cause we lead. Independent, remember it, we plant seeds. Watch them grow and watch how I flow, right? Left, right, all day and yes, all night. Watch me now if you want to see how I'll be spitting what's written, maybe I'll freestyle. But that's all about me, You got to get off of your ass. Muska Beats, we can make it complete. Give me a pair of them new CM802s for my feet in navy blue. I'm crazy, you crazy, they crazy too. I seen you on them skates, kid, I know what you do. You could've had anybody on this album with you. Who? But you chose to get Mel, KRS, and Zulu. Then you went and got the woo. But to do that, you had to get off of your